Hello, Lereko, can you hear me?
Oh,
Hello, Lereko, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, okay.
Hello?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, everything is okay.
okay.
Okay. Um, so tell me about your homework, please.
Okay. Should I share it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I believe it asked me to get some user inputs and then about like four user inputs and then sort them into ascending or descending order. So what this line does here is that we're obviously getting an input from the user,
Mhm.
and then we're storing it as a double. Or
But this is
then
arrays, but how you do it with arrays, even though we didn't take arrays yet?
no, my the class is currently doing arrays, so I wanted to use arrays instead
Okay,
of methods. Yeah, because right now they're looking at arrays and string manipulation, so I just wanted to look at that a bit on my own.
okay, okay.
Okay, so then we create a for loop here, and then we're saying that I should be equal to the length of the numbers, and then we are printing out the I plus one because we're adding the plus one because usually when we're doing length, it looks at the indexes and not necessarily the length of the numbers, for example. And then um yeah, and then here we are just printing out the values. And then on this table here, we are basically giving the user a table of options, basically. So option one would be like, do you want to sort it into ascending order? Do you want to sort it in descending order, leave it alone, for example? Then we're asking them to enter their choice, and then we're storing the choice into an integer value. And then we're creating an if statement, and then obviously it does different things based on their decision or choice. So we'll have, for example, if the choice is equal to one, we sort it in ascending, and then if it's equal to two, descending, it corresponds to the table of choices. And then, yeah,
Can you
and
switch
then we
the,
create,
can you switch the if statement to a switch?
I forgot how to do switch statements. I think if statement's more comfortable for me. I have to revise switch statements.
Okay.
Hello?
So yes, I'm
Oh,
listening to you. Yeah. So at the moment you do not remember how to switch if and switch, right?
no, unfortunately not.
Okay. Let me write it to you. So this is a switch,
Okay.
and you put here the choice, and then how many choices we have here? Case one.
There's three.
Then you put a statement here, and then you put break. Case two. You put the statement that you need to execute in case of one. This is break, and so on until you reach the default.
Okay.
So the default would be at the end, and you will show that the choice was not case one or case two or even case three. So you print something. So you print error, for example. Case 3 is the leave alone. Case 3 is leave alone.
Okay. Good.
So what you're going to do at leave alone? So if the guy already choose, do you have a method called leave alone? Did you create a method called leave alone?
Did I create a method? No, I don't think I did.
So what is it called when you leave alone? What you going to do? Just print leave alone or call a method that does not exist?
Just print leave alone.
Mm, okay. This is the opening braces for the choice, for the switch.
Pardon?
Where is the closing braces for the,
Um,
and where is the default?
oh, I didn't put that. Do I put it under case 3?
Yes.
Okay.
You put it under case 3, but it doesn't mean that you remove what you put in case 3. You have to, this line have to be under case 3.
Pardon?
So this line have to be under case 3, dear. The default is different. The default have to print this line. And in case 3 also you have to put a break. Same like the case 1 and case 2. And this is wrong, dear. We do not write print statement like this. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
So tell me please about the sort ascending that you did.
Short ascending. So you create this new method,
Mm-hmm.
then you create an inner loop. Then
Why
you're
two
basically
loops?
comparing the two values of I
Why
and
two
J,
loops?
and then um because I don't know how to explain it, but like you're comparing that the old sort of values with the new values. So it needs to be like two completely different things.
But from where you get this code? Because it doesn't seem that you did it on your own.
What do you mean? I got the method from a YouTube video and then I tried to translate it into this.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But the point here is that if you copy something that you don't understand, there is no benefit. You will not learn anything just by copying it, right? If you think about it, your brain
I
will
get it.
improve. But if you just copy it, there's no improvement at all. And also, your teacher is the one who
But
give you the exercise before they teach you the arrays. So before they teach you the arrays, he
no, it did
wanted you
teach
to
me.
think. Uh-huh. Yes. Tell me, dear.
No, I just he didn't teach me the arrays. He just told me what we're doing in class. So then I wanted to learn it by myself because I saw that the class had already moved on to arrays. So I was like, let
Yes,
me
but
try use arrays for this exercise.
okay. So the point, like I'm telling you, the teacher, when they give you the exercise of this sorting, they did not teach you the arrays yet, and they wanted you to do it without knowledge of arrays. That is their point. Because if you do it without arrays, then you'll understand when they teach you the arrays. But anyhow, so your homework still the same. I would not consider it's done. It's not done, uh, because you need to do it without arrays. If you do it with arrays, you will not learn uh, the point from putting things in an array. So I will still consider that this is not done. It will You will need to still do it on the next class without arrays. Okay? So we will stop here and then we will
Okay.
start learning about arrays. Because at the end you do it with arrays, but you don't really understand arrays yet. What is the purpose of length here? For example, what is
Um,
length? What is length here?
doesn't it take the like length, for example, in like and for example, like a string array, wouldn't length be something like the individual sort of components that make up the string?
No, it's different here. So that is the main point when I'm telling you that we cannot do a solution with something that we don't really understand it yet. So it's better to do it with if statements. So you are able to do a sort ascending with just only if statements. Okay. So, like I'm telling you, yes, I expect you to put some effort and think on your own to be able to grow and learn something. Okay, uh, let's not waste the time here. Let me try to share with you what I want to teach you about arrays. So,
Okay.
okay, so when we want to learn about arrays, can you see my screen? So
Yes. Okay.
okay, so we will take a program where we make a program that takes a temperature of 7 days. So for each day, we will take a separate temperature and then we start to save it. And here, how the array looks like. And the array start with a square brackets like this. And we are able to actually store all the values that is entered here, and we are able to get the average of it. So do you know how to get an average? If I give you a few numbers, 3 numbers, for example, are you able to know how to get the average of those?
Mm, yeah, I think so.
How to do
So
an average?
this might be an inefficient way to do it, but you'd store a variable, for example, that is the sum of all those numbers, and then you get another variable, maybe you call it average, and then you divide it by the amount of numbers they are.
So we are dividing the sum and the count. Yes, and this is an efficient way. That is true. That's 100%
Okay.
true. Okay. So are you able to get an average for 3 numbers? Would that be easy? I mean, I'm not asking you to use a calculator. I'm asking you about the ability to do that. If is that enough to get the average of 3 numbers? Is this calculation enough?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, if
Yes.
I have 1,000 number that I would like to get an average of, is that possible?
I mean, yeah, it is possible to get an
But
average of
then you
1,000
have to write
numbers.
the 1,000 numbers, right?
Yeah.
And if they are million, you have to put in the numbers of a million and then divide them by their count. Am I right? You have to add a 1 million number. So of course, listing those is not easy, right? So we need a way to group numbers that is related to each other. So if I am collecting temperatures of the whole year, it means that I have 365 temperatures that I maybe need to get the maximum and the minimum temperature. And if I would like to do that manually, that's not an easy thing. And I also will need 365 variable to capture those values of the temperatures. And that is also not easy. So creating 365 temperature is not easy. So the solution that we created is to create one place in the memory that carry one name. And instead of creating 365 variable to store the temperatures across the year, we create only one name that are able to store many values as much as we want. We want to store 365, it's possible. 1,000 also is possible. 1 million also is possible. So the place that we create in the memory to store the values will have something called an index. So you need, in this example in front of us, can you count how many numbers are stored in this place?
Is it not 10?
It is 10, it's true. But if you see here, he doesn't start counting from 1. He starts counting from 0. So the first place that they allocate will be at the position 0. So, and the last place that we are going to store values in is position 9. So it is true that you have 10 values. So you have 10 values, but they start from position 0 until they reach position 9. So at position 0, I'm storing a value. And position 1, I'm storing another value, and so on. So again, the arrays, this is how the array looks like. It stores 10 values. We have positions, and we call that position an index. And based on the index, there will be a value associated with it. So at index 0, we have value 12. At index 4, we have value 5. At index 9, we have value 3. So far is okay? Okay, can you tell me what you understood from me so far, please?
So what I understood so far is regarding the index or something. So the index doesn't necessarily equate to the amount of values because it counts from 0, doesn't come from 1. For example, like here, it counts from 0, so then it'll store 9, but then there's in actual fact 10 values, for example.
Okay, I accept that.
Is that correct?
Yeah. So, okay, to declare I mean, to tell the computer or the Java that we need to reserve a place in the memory for a certain amount of content, we have to tell first the data type. Because based on the data type, we will be able to reserve the correct place. If we want to store integers, it's different from storing a string or even double. Double will need more. String will need more even than double. More space. Okay? So the space required to store an integer is small. The double is bigger. Why? Because we have a decimal point. And the string, of course, is more and more than the double and the integer. So we have to specify the data type, and we have to specify how many values that we need to store. In this case, we have 10 values that we need to store in the array, and all of them is of type integer. So by doing this line, we are declaring that we need a space to store 10 integers. So this is a line that dictates that we are able to store, we need a space to store 10 values of type integer, and we call that space numbers. So this area in the memory, we call it numbers. Are we able to change that to any different name? Yes, this is a variable name that you are able to change. Is that clear?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Once you reserve 10 places under the name numbers, you are not able to change it. So you are not able to, I mean, if you want to change it, you have to build a new array with a new different name. But at the moment, numbers is designed to store 10 values. Are we able to make numbers store 1,000 or million value? Yes, it's possible. You change this 10 to 1,000 or even 10,000 or even more and more 100,000 and so on. So by changing this,
Wait, I have sorry, I have a question. It's regarding, so you said that we can't change it once we store 10, but why is that so?
because so once he reserve a place in the memory, he's not able to extend the space. So it means that by executing this line, you are not able to come after this line and say that we would like to extend the space. It's only one time. So you have to be sure that you are reserving the amount of space that you need enough for you during the execution of the program. If not, then, so for example, let me assume that you need to enter 20 values. So, and of course, if you need to enter 20 values, so you put here 20, and then you will put the array in a loop, and then you start entering 20 values. If you discover that you need 21, it means that you have to stop the program, change this to 21, and start entering the values again to be stored in the array. And it's a tedious process because you have to enter the values on your own. So if you do a wrong assumption, it means that you have to repeat entering the data again, which is a tedious process if you have to enter 20 values or 25 values or even 100 values. So you need to be sure at the start because you can't add it. You can't edit it. You can't edit it once the program started, but you can stop and adjust this number if you want. And then run the program again. So run the program again with a value that is, for example, 23. It means that you declare, you run in the memory a space, you reserve a space that can contain 23 values of integers under and give it a name that is called numbers. So once the program ends, it means that all what you reserve in the memory under that program will disappear from the memory or be deleted actually. Is that clear so far? So what is a program? In the void main, this is whatever inside the void main with the first opening curly braces and the closing curly braces, this is your program. Once the program finish and reach the end, it will stop. If it stop, it means that everything that it reserved in the memory will be deleted. Does it make sense? It does make sense or it doesn't? Or can you tell me what you understood from?
Like, to be honest, not much. Honestly, it's Yeah. Um, so when you say for example, are you entering 23 individual values?
Yes, yes, true. We are entering 23 individual values and storing them in the array. Yes, in the place that we reserved in the memory.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, good. And can you start writing this code, please? From this line to here.
Okay. Should I share?
No, can you run the program and tell me
Hello?
what do you see?
Oh,
Hello?
okay. It says uncompilable code.
Okay,
What
then
is
you share, please.
this?
Okay, so you wrote everything except the declaration of the array itself. So actually, that's quite weird. I didn't write any int. My code here that I shared with you does not have any int here. We didn't have any int.
Oh, okay.
And you also forgot to write this line. So this is a line that tell the Java to reserve a place in the memory for the 10 integers and name it numbers. You didn't put that. So of course you will have an errors. Exactly like what I'm writing here. Try to run, please, and tell me what is the errors that you're facing. So actually, also this, you copy it wrong. So that numbers have square brackets 3 after it.
Oh, yeah.
And okay, so this is the closing of this. Did you manage to successfully run or you have an error?
No, it ran. It ran.
Okay, perfect. So I would say that it is telling that number 3 is negative, right? So, okay. Do you understand what these two
Yeah.
lines is doing, please?
Um, these two lines are doing numbers. Number. So if I not mistaken, is it saying that the corresponding index, I mean not, yeah, value for the index 0 is 27, and then the corresponding um value for the third index is -6.
Not the corresponding, but it is doing an assignment. So if this is my initial array that have values from 0 to 9, when I run the line 18, all those will be zeros. So all the content of the array, but after running line 18, it will be 0 here. So on line 19, you are saying that at position 0, which is this, and at position 3, which is this, change the content and make it 27. So at 0, now we remove this,
27.
27. And at position 3, index 3, we put -6.
-6.
Okay, and the remaining remain 0. So far clear?
Yeah.
Okay, come here and press
So
enter,
here we
please.
put so
Yes, tell me.
so then we'd put like 10 different values for like the 10 different indexes, for example.
Yes, definitely. But come here and press
Okay.
enter here after the curly braces, please. And make a for loop, please. So int I equals 0, semicolon, I less than 10, semicolon, and I plus plus. Put your curly braces, starting and ending and closing. Perfect. And I want you to write print system.out.println and put numbers with open brackets like this and put I inside. Can you run now, please? So he print all the array and all the content of the array is actually zeros except two positions, position 0 or index 0 and index 3. Do you notice this?
Yeah.
Okay, so how we display the array? We run a for loop, and inside the for loop, we change the value of I from 0 until less than 10. Less than 10, it comes at 9 and it will stop. So by changing the print statement, whatever inside the print statement, so you will start with I equals 0. So it will put here 0, it will print the position 0. And then the I incremented and become 1, and then it will print the value at position 1, and so on until it reached 9. Is that clear so far?
Yeah.
Really clear?
Mm.
Okay, change this from 3 to 2, please.
Change this.
Yes, exactly. And tell me what is the effect, please, when you run?
It's okay, so basically it still puts 27 on the index 0 and then it puts it again on the index.
Can you do me a favor, please, so that we avoid confusion? Can you come here and close this X?
Close where?
This X.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. Excellent. Now run again, please.
should I close it
No,
again?
no, 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 no. Just go up. Go up.
So yeah,
It somehow print
whereas before,
27 two times. Any idea why?
yeah, um, because it already stored 27 on the
No, it doesn't.
as a
So starting from here, this all get printed because of this for loop. And this 27 got printed because this line. So we print the value at the position 27 two times. One time by this print statement, and the second time when we are printing the loop. Okay, so did you get me here?
Hmm?
Did you get me? Did you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. How to prevent printing 27 two times, please? There is two ways.
Mm, a way to prevent printing 27 twice is not really sure, maybe this.
But the
And then
27 is at position 0, dear.
sorry. Maybe by so, uh not really sure.
The first way is to comment that line, dear. Comment the line and run again, please. And tell me what happened. How many
Yeah, we only
27?
printed it once.
Perfect. So we
One.
know one way. There is another way. You have to tell me this way. So uncomment the line here. Okay. Now tell me.
Mm, yeah. Maybe comment. Then yeah, honestly
Mm.
don't know.
Why you don't know? How many times we know or write a for loop? Are you
Oh, a
able to
lot.
decide? Are you able to decide when and what value the for loop start with?
Yeah. Um,
Okay, run again and see.
exactly.
How many times?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you decided where to start, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Can you put here, instead of 2, put it 9, please, and run again?
It just prints the 6 at the end.
Okay, so it put it at position 9. Are you able to avoid printing position 9, please?
Printing position 9. Yeah.
Okay, run again, please, and see. Excellent. But I would say, instead of saying 10 minus 1, you can just put 9. It is the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That is perfect so far. Let me start sharing again. So you can see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have created an integer array and we was able to store values inside it. And now I'm showing you that I'm able to create a double array in this way that contain five places that I'm able to store information inside. And of course, always we start at index 0. So this is 5 places, start from 0 to 4. So the last position is in the array is the size of the array, which is 5 minus 1. So where is this place? This is number 4. This is the fourth position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places I'm able to store doubles. And the last index is always the size of the array, which is 5 places minus 1. Did you get me here?
Yeah.
You're sure? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here is the Boolean. This is the Boolean array, and it contains places, 6 places in the memory. And by default, like here, by default, when you execute that line, it will create 5 places, all contain zeros, 0 doubles. Okay, and here it will make by default 6 places in the memory that all contain false. And can you tell me how he managed to put this as true?
He said, so like here on the line where it says test 3, so he basically put true under the third index.
Perfect. Okay. So I would like you to look at this code and explain it to me and then write it in your code.
Okay. So you have an array here called words. Then you're basically saying that you can store 5 values within this array. And then here where it says words 1, you're basically storing hi under the index 1. And then where it says words 3, you're basically storing hello under the third index.
Okay, please write these 3 lines and tell me how we are able to print them out.
Okay. Did I share?
Was you able to make the loop print the content of the words array?
The code isn't running.
Okay, it's not running. Okay, you can share. So what is the error, please?
You said exception thread main java.lang
So
incoming
dear,
compatible.
you missed something here. You missed to put 5 here.
Oh,
And please remove this and put 5 instead. Do you see now what is being printed out? This is hi,
mm-hmm,
this is hello, and this is null and null, right?
mm-hmm.
And why at position 0 there is null? Why this is null?
It's empty. There's nothing in
Okay,
it.
okay, it's fine. You can close. I will continue sharing. So please, are you able to look at this code and explain it to me, please?
Yeah. So the first line is the array declaration, and you're saying that the that numbers you can store like 8 different values, and then at the index or index 1 you have 3. At index 4 you're storing 99, and then at index 6 you're storing 2. And then here you're saying that and you're declaring a variable called x, and you're saying that it's basically equal to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are saying that at index 3 you're storing 42,
Mm-hmm.
and then at numbers number 6, so here that is 2, and then at index 2 you're storing 11.
Okay, that's good that you understand this. Okay, so do you see this for loop that we're creating?
Yes.
What we call this here?
Um, Parameters.
Traversing the array. So this for loop, it's called traversing the array. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So I want you to notice a difference between what you did before and these 2 lines here. These 2 lines are different from the for loops that you created. Can you tell me what is the difference, please?
Yeah. uh, The difference is we're printing empty spaces.
No, dear, that's not empty spaces. I mean, if you're referring to
You
this,
just print
yes, we are printing yes, a space, yes. Not an empty space, but a space, yes, correct.
and
But
then here we're
you
printing out a line.
okay, so here we are printing all the content of an array in one line. Do you know why we are printing it in one line?
Um, no, I don't understand why we need to print it in one line.
So it's actually not why, but how. So if you look here, this is print, not print line. So he is using
Oh,
print, and after every print, he put a space, an empty space. That's why between every element, you will see a space here. And the space is caused by this. So he prints the content of the array, which is 0 in this case, and then he put a space. And then he prints 3 and put a space. Print 11 and put a space, and so on until the end of the array. And then after all, he prints an empty line, which means that instead of continuous printing at this line, we print now from the new line. Is that clear?
yeah.
Really clear? If it is clear, then I would like you
Mm-hmm.
to write this code and explain it to me, please.
Should I explain it now
Yes, please.
before I write it down?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So we have the integer I, and then you start counting from 0. Then it stops running when it is less than 8, so it'll run 8 times. And then here we are basically saying that I is equal to 2 times I. So whatever index I is, you're storing 2 times that index. And then, yeah.
Is that all?
So for example, if you're on, yeah. So for example, if you're on the fourth time it's running, and let's say I is equal to 4, then on the fourth index, you're going to store 8 as a value.
Okay, perfect. That is a good thing. So you created a numbers array, right?
Hmm.
You declare it to contain how many spaces, please? The numbers array?
It was, I think, 9. It was originally 10, now it's 9. Or it runs, well, yeah, it's 10, but then the for loop ends at 9.
Okay. So are you able to modify your for loops at the moment to make it enter values of only 8 positions like this? So how can you do that, please? I want you to, you already write almost 2 for loops, right? In your code. Can you modify one of these
Yeah.
loop or even copy it, make another copy from it and write this line inside it instead of the print?
Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. It's just I want to get it as one line, but it's not allowing me to.
Can you share, please?
Okay. Sure now.
Um, yeah, because first of all, you didn't put here a space, and this print line should be after actually.
Okay.
This line should be after the loop. Comment it here, for example. Yeah. Okay. Or remove it. No, not this one, no, dear. I mean this, dear.
Oh.
Okay. Does it make sense now?
Mhm.
Okay. So we stop here and we continue next class. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.